Hi there everybody and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel. Eddie Howe has been speaking to the media ahead of tomorrow's FA Cup third round clash at Hillsborough where we take on Sheffield Wednesday. He's also been commenting on players leaving, injuries, etc. So we'll get into that shortly. But I have to start, unfortunately, on a piece of bad news this morning. It has just been obviously released that legendary Italian striker Gianluca Vialli has passed away. Really, really sad news and devastating across the football world, to be honest, because Vialli, you know, I grew up under, you know, when Vialli was playing, fantastic footballer, really good striker, and he seemed like an all-round nice guy. You know, obviously he had very, very close links with Chelsea from what he did there, but he was known all around the footballing world as a quality striker, and really, really sad news, and such a young age as well. It's very, very sad. So basically thoughts and prayers go to Vialli's family and friends at a very, very, very sad time indeed for the Vialli family. Now, we must move on, and of course, Eddie Howe has been speaking to the media ahead of the game, as I said at the intro there, and he started off by saying about the game, it's going to be down to me to try and get the balance right of how we prepare for this game and what team we pick. We want to win the game and we want to go through. Now, obviously, Eddie Howe has stated in the past that he wants to go make progress in all the cup competitions, in the league as well. He wants to really go at everything and have a real good go at everything. So changes will be made tomorrow. There's no doubt about that. But I still think you put out a very, very strong side. Now, if you didn't see our preview of the match, you know, that is available on the channel if you want to go back and watch that show. I made some pretty dramatic team changes, I have to say, with Dubravka starting maybe, and also our £60 million striker, Alexander Isak. Now, Howe went on to say about Isak, let's just get through training today. I'm not clear yet. I don't want to put any pressure on him, and we want to introduce him at the right time. He's getting closer all the time, and he has trained, so let's wait and see. Now, again, what Eddie Howe does in these press conferences, as we well know, is he doesn't give anything away to anybody. He is fully aware that obviously the opposition manager watches, the coaches from the opposition, etc. And they try and plan their tactics around maybe what Eddie Howe might do. But he doesn't give anything away. That's what he's so good at in these press conferences. He'll give the information. Yes, as fans, we'd really love to know what the depth and breadth of it is, and you know, what is the injury, and how close is he. But he's not going to give anything away. Now, it may be interesting to see tomorrow what he does, whether he starts Isak and gives him an hour. You know, that would be perfect, you know, because it's an FA Cup game. You know, the pressure's not quite on in the, you know, the league. We're against the League One side. It might give him an opportunity just to give him an hour, or he could come in from the bench. I'd like to see him start, if I'm openly honest. I did say that in the show last night. But again, Eddie Howe will not give anything away. So until 5 o'clock tomorrow when the teams are announced, we won't know. But it is exciting that he's close. You know, we've missed him. We really have, especially with Callum Wilson not being at 100%, Maximan not at 100%. You know, we've really missed somebody like Isak who can play both those roles. So again, we'll have to see when the team's announced. Now, on the game again tomorrow, he says the biggest thing is how we approach the game and the mentality of the group, the motivation levels, professionalism and desire. We're under no illusions it'll be a difficult task, but it'll be more difficult if we're not in the right place ourselves. Now, we did speak about this again last night on the show. It's all about the mentality. Now, I would think that Eddie Howe will not allow his players to drop any motivation or desire just because we're playing against a League One side. He will know after the third round last year the debacle that can cause, losing to such lowly opposition. Now, Sheffield Wednesday, I wouldn't put quite in the same bracket as Cambridge United, because Sheffield Wednesday are flying at the top, near the top of the league. They play some good football. They're a tough side. and for me to deserve to be higher up the pyramid than they are. But, you know, they are coming back, and Darren Moore's done a fantastic job there. So I expect Sheffield Wednesday to come out really full of fire in the bellies. So it's important that we go out there and we control that. We are third in the Premier League. We've got some good players, some experienced players as well, who I think will be able to do a job at Sheffield Wednesday. You know, get a couple of goals and settle the game down and see us through into the fourth round. But again, it is going to be all about the players and how motivated they are. And I don't think Eddie Howe will let that motivation drop. And if they do, they'll be yanked off, because he does not like players who are on that pitch who aren't putting in 110%. We know how Eddie Howe plays. So I don't foresee any drop in that. Now, what he did talk about was Elliot Anderson. Now, of course, I did do a video yesterday. There was reports that Elliot Anderson was going to go out on loan because, you know, he hasn't really had an easy time of it over the last few weeks, has he, with injuries and unused substitute and things like that. So there was rumours that Birmingham City, Luton, etc. were interested in taking him on loan for the rest of the season. However, this is what Eddie's had to say this morning. He's very valued by us. He's had a number of niggles over the last couple of months which have prevented him being involved more. He's got a valuable role to play with us between now and the end of the season, and we certainly won't be loaning him anywhere. So that kind of puts it at rest about Elliot Anderson going anywhere. He is staying at Newcastle United for the rest of the season, and from what Eddie said there, he is going to get opportunities to play. So I expect him to be involved tomorrow, which will be very interesting. And now on the defensive record, which of course has been absolutely perfect this season, it's been wonderful. Eddie Howe said the record and performances in general have been very good. That will get harder for us and the challenge will become greater, but I back the players we have. The mentality to defending from the whole team has been superb. Now, obviously, that's fighting back against all the crap that we got from Arsenal, etc., from that game, saying, oh, how defensive we were. We know we can play many different ways, and so does Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe knows we can play attacking football, free-flowing football, one-touch football, but we can also play the backs-to-the-wall stuff and defend when we have to, which we had to with Arsenal. You know, they're clear at the top of the league. They've had a fantastic season, and I don't understand everybody coming at us saying, oh, you know, you played defensive. What do they expect us to do? Just roll over and let Arsenal score? Arsenal played, you know, they were a good attacking side, and we held out. You know, with only the one major save from Nick Pope to make during that game, which was tremendous. Brilliant performances again from certain players. And, you know, it's been a long time since we've had a defence like this that can get so many clean sheets and be so trustworthy. Now, on Fabian Schär, finally, he says his vision and composure on the ball is second to none. What's really impressed me is his defensive mindset. He's become an integral part of our back line. He reads the game very well. He's diligent in his defending, and he continues to improve. Now, that's fantastic news for Fabian Schär, with his manager coming out and saying that, because, you know, rightly so, Sven Botman has got a lot of the pundits' praise, you know, and the fans' praise. He's been wonderful since he signed. But we can't take away what Fabian Schär has done for this football team this season. He's been absolutely superb. He puts his head in where it hurts. He gets so many knocks and niggles and stuff like that, but he battles on. He battles on like a trooper. And he's really, really, you know, the rest of the team will see his performances and see his dedication and be really guiled by that and work even harder to be alongside the standard of Fabian Schär. And that's what a lot of players have done this season. They've stood up to the plate, and that's inspired the rest of them to stand up to the plate, which is exactly what we want to see from a Newcastle United side. So for Eddie to sort of say that about Fabian is fantastic. It really is. And, you know, long may this continue for Fabian Schär. He's played brilliantly, and really he's just proven to ex-managers exactly what this guy can bring to the football team if he's coached and managed in the right way, which he is. And he's got Sven Botman alongside him, and those two have struck up a marvellous, marvellous partnership, which is brilliant to watch. The clean sheets, the defending, the sheer determination not to concede is there every game, and it's bloody brilliant to watch. So that was what major points of what he had to say in the press conference. Now, as for transfer news, nothing really this morning to report on. That may change as the day goes on, of course. And we do have a live show tonight, of course, TTR Friday, where we will you know, talk about the manager's behaviours, and if there's any news to talk about, then of course we'll bring it to you live on that show. We are going to do a quiz as well, which should be very interesting, so make sure that you do watch that show at 8 p.m. tonight. It's going to be a good laugh as well, great way to start your weekend, and obviously we'll be building up more towards the Sheffield Wednesday game tomorrow, which you can hear live commentary right here on the Toon Review with myself. Now, I realise it's on BBC, but what a lot of people do is they'll put BBC on, they'll pause it until my stream kicks off, so they'll watch the game along with me with the commentary off and listen to my commentary, and it's more enjoyable than listening to, well, the commentators lately have been pretty dire, to say the least, but not on here. It's very exciting. It's very, you know, lots of crazy sayings, etc. So do tune in for that as well. We'll be on air from 5:40 tomorrow, 20 minutes before kickoff, with the build-up and the full commentary of the game. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about what Eddie Howe has had to say today. Are you excited about Isak coming back? Do you think he'll play? Do you think he'll be on the bench? What about Anderson? Is it good news that he's not going out on loan? And he's really put that to bed. And the other stuff he's had to say on Fabian Schär and the game itself tomorrow. Let me know in the comments. I love reading them. I love your interaction with the channel as well. It's brilliant. But as usual, if you have enjoyed today's video, guys, please do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. As you can see there, 16,016 subscribers. It is a monumental growth, and the channel keeps going upwards. So we want you to be a part of that. Come and be a part of the community by hitting the subscribe button, free to do so, and also the bell, which will let you know when we go live, we upload, or we schedule any shows. But have a fantastic Friday, guys. We'll see you for TTR Friday. Take care.